If you knew that you could make a living, you could retire on it, you could make $450 million on just doing the TV stuff. By the way, you're paying for this coffee.
I'm not. You invited me.
State of Origin footy, mate. You were a mainstay for a lot of years in all of that. It's not around anymore. Should it be here or should it not?
Obviously, you weren't good enough to play. Did you play a game for Chelsea?
See, it was gone by the time I came
you
through. I had
poor bugger. One chance. You didn't get it in one chance?
No, not one chance. Mate, I was pleased I didn't get to because I never got injured. I was fine. I was ready to go.
You landed on your head a few times, though, don't forget. Trying to take those big speckies.
I remember.
You take one in your career or what?
I took a few.
A few? I know. Every time you went down there, you tried to take them, though.
So I don't even think I need to ask you. You'd be all for State of Origin, wouldn't you?
Because
Why?
I played it. I was lucky enough to play 20 times. I'm all for it, and the main reason is because the players came back better.
Yeah.
After they played the game and when they trained with the other superstars from all the other clubs.
Yeah, but you were getting $20 a game back then in the 1930s
I wish I was.
when you were playing.
I wish I was getting...
Now they're getting $1 million a game, these guys. And look, it's a business.
So you're saying that the players now just play for the money? They don't actually play for the jumper and all that?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
That's what you said.
I'm saying the clubs are getting all this money and they're saying, players, we need you to train for us. It's a job now. We can't just lend you out to another business.
It's not lend them out. They're actually going to somewhere where they're going to learn more.
I love the state I'm from, Tasmania.
Yeah.
Love it. We never had the big rivalries. Go back a few years before me in the 50s, Tassie would play Victoria and they loved it. But there was no money back then, mate. It was
back to money.
That's what the game is now.
No, it's not.
It's
every
all
player.
money.
I'll tell you, every player that I played with in all those state games, they never played for the money because we got none.
Yeah,
so that was it. You're combating against the best. It's your reputation up on the line.
your argument.
So you want it to be fair income, and everyone was.
Yeah.
Mate, we had it when we lost. We loved it when we won, and we hated the other mob. Mate, we played against teammates.
Yeah.
I
love your story. I love the way you're telling it. You're a regular Banjo Patterson. It's great. It goes back to an era that none of us can remember. But all I can tell you now is it's changed, mate. It's changed.
No, it hasn't.
Whether it's for good or bad, that's the argument.
Definitely the bad. Fair and complete.
Well,
the reason why no one knows about it because they don't play it anymore. And they've stuffed up a really good part of Aussie rules footy at the top level. You speak to kids nowadays, what was State of Origin? Is that rugby? I said, no, it was actually some of the best footy ever played against some of the best players of all time.
Yeah.
And we had blokes like E.J. Whitten, Ron Barassi in the crowd. It was magnificent. Yeah. We got around these people. I loved it because they were brought up with it.
Well, there's money in the game now, and I've got to go now. I've got to get in my BMW X5 because we earned some money.
Right. I've got a push bike.
But you played State of Origin.
Yeah, well, that's right. But I've got a push bike, and I can still ride it because I played State of Origin.
I used to love watching you play for Victoria against the South Australians. That was the halcyon days of football. So I'm going to give you the first argument. You've won that one. But I reckon I got this one. Proud Tasmanian, you're a Victorian. Should North Melbourne go down to Tasmania and start up the next franchise, or should Tassie have its own standalone team? Because surely you think Tassie has its own team.
Well, they probably, I reckon North should go. I'm telling you, mate. You're a Tasmanian.
Another one.
Well, because
I thought for sure you would be on my side with this one.
No, I'm telling you. Tassie, beautiful place to visit. They all barrack for someone else. There are that many Richmond supporters there.
They give them a chance to barrack for their own team, mate.
Yeah, but they won't. I'm telling you, they won't.
I will.
No, you won't.
I promise I will.
No, you won't. Only because Tasmania haven't got any fans over there.
I might find it hard to leave Melbourne, supporting Melbourne a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you.
If North go down there, let's just say you win this argument and North go down there, their supporters going down there, the 25 of them.
It's 26. I saw it. They got another one overnight.
That'll double the Tasmanian population.
Of course it will. It'll be magnificent.
No. I joke. Tassie, and I'm going heartstrings here, they've been such a giver to the AFL and the VFL for so long. They've given talent. It just comes out of there. We don't even need to use the rest of Australia to draft. We could draft out of Tasmania alone and compete.
Look, that's going to work, mate.
Why not?
Tasmania is struggling in all fronts. I coach there. The trouble with Tasmanian footy is they've had the wrong people running the state, I'm telling you. All they've come in there and actually all they wanted to do was feather their nest to get into the AFL administration. They never thought, they didn't care about Tasmanian footy, I'm telling you.
What I do know is the Tassie people want it. I reckon the Victorians want it because Victoria knows that Tassie is a proud football state. They go and chuck a team in a state that loves rugby up in the Gold Coast. They couldn't give a rat's. I'll tell you what they do. If you think that they're not going to get enough supporters to a Tassie game, the Gold Coast games, you can hear the players calling for the ball out there because there's no one in the grandstands. They know that that's a problem. So now they're adding crowd noise up there. They've taken away the microphones.
I thought it was what happened in the pandemic.
No, it's happening for the Gold Coast. They learned it from the Gold Coast. Even the NBA were doing it. They said, they do for that in the Gold Coast Suns. We can do it here.
You might have got this one because living in Tasmania, great people. They're all going to barrack for everyone else, but the Tasmanian side probably would suit them.
All right, so you think North Melbourne goes down to Tasmania, starts a new team, maybe the Tasmanian Kangaroos. I think the
Tasmanians shot them all.
We got rid of the Tigers.
And the Kangaroos. There's not one jumping around anywhere.
It's not a bad argument. Why didn't you use that before?
Well, I should have.
I reckon I still got you here. I reckon the people want it. Australia wants it. Tasmania needs it. And it's a good look for the AFL. Go the Tassie team. I reckon I won this one. North Melbourne, get out. Okay, I got another argument for you. We're 1-1. I reckon I've got this one though. Do AFL players earn too much money now? I reckon I know which side you're going to go because you're all about the heart and the passion of football. You should play for nothing, yeah? Am I right?
Well, if you ask the players, they don't earn enough money, but they do. They get very well looked after.
They do.
Unbelievably. My first year, 78, the year you were born.
It's a long time ago.
Played 18 senior games. 18 senior games and cleared for the year $395. I could have went out the bush and made that a game. I paid $395. So nowadays, they're on, what's the average wage?
Well, I reckon
200 and something thousand?
More than that, mate. I reckon it's more than that. 300, I think, for a young fella coming into the AFL, and I reckon deservedly so because they work their butts off. You guys didn't work that hard. You trained twice. You trained twice.
They played in the competition, not against men, about their own age. They earn nothing.
No, these guys are drinking Gatorade and water. You were drinking beer and whiskey at training. You're having a cigarette.
Got through the year?
It's an old sentiment, mate. They don't earn enough. They need more. They need more. Tom Brady, $450 million just to be on TV now.
How many people in the States?
I know.
How many people in the States?
I know. There's a lot of money in the States.
And there's a lot of wankers over in the States.
We can agree on that. But there's a lot of money in sport over there and they love their sport because they know that you can succeed in sport. If you knew that you could make a living, you could retire on it, you could make $450 million on just doing the TV stuff. By the way, you're paying for this coffee.
You invited me, so it's your shout. You're making plenty.
This is your neck of the woods. This is
my neck of the woods. So we just turned up, trained out 3 nights a week, busted our guts, played Saturday, had a few beers Saturday night, and then went home and had a few more on the Sunday.
And that's why it was an amateur game back then. Now it's professional. They train every single day. They get better at their craft and they become better footballers.
Yeah, but do they get as much trouble? Just as much?
They get in a lot of trouble now because we've got phones. I reckon if I went through some of the...
Thank Christ we didn't have phones. I must have been.
Well, what I reckon is the AFL is a big game. We've become the #1 game in Australia on the back of guys like you when you earn nothing. I reckon let's get some more money into the game and pay you guys for setting us up. You should get some more money. Money.
I'd love some more money.
Make it rain.
I mean, I can get a bigger bike. They make enough money. They don't want any more because they'll just get greedier. I'm telling you.
Flea, I love your passion for the game. That's why I love you so much, mate. You came through an era where you didn't get much money. I get that. You played for the heart. I kind of like that. I'm going to give this round to you. That's 2-1. You're the winner.
Well, I don't usually lose.
And did you read in the contract that if you win the arguments, you have to pay for the coffee?
No, I'll never pay for the coffee.
You didn't read the contract?
No, I didn't. Did we get a contract?